Hey everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video here on my channel. So today I am giving you 10 tips on bullet journaling. So I asked you guys over on Instagram whether or not you would like another video this month, because I've been really craving making more videos and creating more content for you guys, because I really like making videos and I really just want to express that love to you guys. So today what I said is I am giving you 10 tips on bullet journaling. So it was a kind of a close call between showing you guys what I use in my study journal, like spreads and trackers and everything, and showing you how I use it, and between, I believe, this one, so like the tips one, and how I plan my themes. So those two videos will be up later, either this month or next month. I'm not very sure when I'm gonna make those. So the first thing I want to say is that I am not an expert in bullet journaling. I only started last May, I believe, like May 2019. So I'm not an expert. I'm not amazingly great at bullet journaling. I make a lot of mistakes. I don't have the perfect method of bullet journaling. I just use my own things, and these are my personal tips for you to improve your bullet journal. Okay, to start off with bullet journal tip number 1, I don't know why that's so hard to say. It is keep it minimalistic. Don't go all overboard. If that's your thing, totally fine. But personally, I noticed that like keeping it a little bit more minimalistic and a little bit more small often like really does the trick in except like going all in, all aboard, all the colors, all the shapes and everything. Just keep it simple, keep it minimalistic, and keep it like in a really like close, like kind of like box of what you're going for. The second tip I have for you guys is create a plan on what you want to do. Every month I make a plan on which trackers I want to use, what kind of spreads I want to use, what kind of theme I want to go for, how I'm going to execute that theme. And it might sound like a little crazy, and maybe it is, but that's just how I personally do it, and it helps me really keep motivated and really know what I'm doing. So it's really good for you if you're often like really lost in bullet journaling and on what theme you want to do, because I totally understand it's really overwhelming. I often don't have inspiration. It's not always easy to come up with a theme, or when you come up with a theme, to execute it. So that's why I always make a plan on how I want to do it. How I'm gonna draw the doodles, how I am gonna do the lettering. I make like a whole list of different lettering styles, and it really helps me. So I really recommend just trying it. Then my third tip is don't overwhelm yourself with trackers. I have done this before. I have made like thousands of trackers in just 1 month. Like not actually thousands, but like a lot like of trackers, like meal trackers, sleep trackers, habit trackers, mood trackers, expense trackers, budget trackers, 1 line a days, and just so much more. Like, I don't even remember what kind of trackers I used to use in like just 1 month, and it just gets, when you sit down at night or in the morning or whenever you feel like your trackers, it just gets so overwhelming to actually like remember what you did, and having to remember everything you want to do, and it just gets too busy, too overwhelming, too complicated, and it's not good. Just find trackers that you either want to try out that month or really know that work for you, because otherwise it's just gonna get messy inside your head, and that will turn out also in your bullet journal. And a bullet journal is, for me at least, a place to relax and to come to senses. And if I have like 1,000 of trackers, it just completely ruins everything. Just find the trackers that you want, find the trackers that work for you, And that way it's just so much easier, so much better, and it will totally like calm your mind. Tip number 4 is to use repetition. So what I mean when I say repetition, it means like using certain elements of that theme and repeat them throughout the whole month. So for example, my current theme is coffee and the cappuccino with all the figures, you know, and all the kind of like things, the cappuccino, you know what I mean. I use those throughout the whole month, like together with like a few other coffee doodles. But like instead of using a lot of coffee doodles, a lot of different colors, just a whole bunch of things you can do with the coffee theme, I chose to use just one main coffee, that's the cappuccino, and then just like 2 to 4 other coffee doodles, like more smaller ones to use for my trackers and stuff. That way it stays nice, it stays aesthetically pleasing, and it just stays focused on one main thing and doesn't get too overwhelming. Now for tip number 5 is, and I cannot stress this enough, create your own things. Do not copy other creators. Of course, it's okay to take inspiration or to recreate a theme. Like, I'm not talking about recreations of a theme. I'm talking about like take inspiration and then create your own style with it. Create your own thing. Don't just look something up and think, oh, I'm gonna do every single piece of that and create it into my own bullet journal, because I have done that before or tried to recreate something, but it just didn't feel as liberating and as good as creating my own thing or taking inspiration and then creating my own style around it. I personally think it's really, really, really important that if you're into the creative side of bullet journal, of course everything is creative, but like on the more doodly side of bullet journaling, like more drawing or painting, it's really important to take your own creativity and throw that into your bullet journal. Don't take others people creativity and put that into your journal. Create your own style. That's so much better in my opinion. It might take longer and maybe you have an art block or anything. I totally understand. But try as much as you can to create your own thing that's close to your heart. Tip number 6 is to try out new things. If things aren't working for you, or if you get bored by something or just want to try out new things, then just do it. Don't think you're limited on your options, because the bullet journal community is wide and the possibilities are so beyond like big. It's huge. Like, you can do anything in a bullet journal. That's the beauty of a bullet journal. It's possible to do anything you want. If you want to do a scrapbook, you can. If you want to do watercolor, you can. If you want to draw and plan or just make it a normal like agenda or diary, you can. Like, nothing is limited. So if you want to try out something new, or you're bored by something, or you feel like you've done something too many times, then just go for it. Change it up. Like, get the new things out there and show yourself your creativity. Tip number 7 is to watch YouTube videos. Like, watch tutorials on lettering or take a Skillshare class. I'm not sponsored, but like, you know, maybe one day. But take classes, for example, on lettering. Like, you can print a lot of free lettering sheets to practice your lettering. Just practice and look up YouTube videos, because they're really helpful on how to hold your pen, how to make good lines. And I mean, when I first started out lettering calligraphy with brush pens, I sucked. Like I'm not even gonna show you my practice things, but it was horrible, like absolutely horrifying. It was so bad, and now I'm actually like confident that I'm like decent in lettering, and I can create good lettering and just like beautiful pieces. But it's all YouTube, it's all practicing, so watch YouTube videos and practice. Tip number 8 is to go out of your comfort zone. Just the feeling that it gives you when you go out of your comfort zone and create something you're not used to, but it works and you can do it, it's such a good feeling. So don't stick with just your little clump of creativity and knowledge. Go out there, search new things, and just get on with it, you know, just create new things, be creative and go out of your comfort zone. Tip number 9 is alignment. I also can't stress this enough, but please check your alignment, check if everything adds up together. Like for example, boxes, do they match up with the other boxes? Are they on the same like line, and do they like split in the middle? Just make sure everything is centered and everything aligned just really well, because otherwise it's gonna get a mess and it's just not that visually pleasing. And last but not least is to enjoy what you're doing. You're not obligated to do anything. Things that I do or I say or I love to do doesn't have to be the same for you. Eventually, bullet journaling is personal and it lies close to your heart, and it's different for everybody. Just that I use a habit and a mood tracker doesn't mean you have to do a habit and a mood tracker. It's so personal, and that's the beauty of bullet journaling. So stay close to your heart, create things you want to create, and you're not obligated to do anything. Just enjoy and love what you make. That's the beauty of bullet journaling. Okay guys, well, on that note, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took some inspiration from it and you feel bright and fresh to either change up your bullet journaling or start journaling. And I really hope this video helped. I really hope it was what you guys expected. And I really hope I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!